In this video, we're going to look at 3 undervalued stocks investors should be buying hand over fist before a potential April breakout in the market. These are not speculative meme stocks or risky short-term trades. These are dominant businesses operating at massive global scale with durable competitive advantages and long-run compounding potential. Each one sits at the center of a major economic trend that is reshaping entire industries. Hit the like button, share the video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next important financial investing update. Remember to do your own research before you invest in any stock. Let's start with the first company, The Trade Desk, ticker symbol TTD. To understand why the trade desk matters so much in the modern digital economy, you first have to understand how advertising itself has changed. Advertising used to be simple. Companies bought television commercials, radio spots, newspaper ads, and billboards. The goal was to reach as many people as possible and hope that some of them would eventually become customers. But the internet completely changed that model. Digital advertising introduced a new level of precision. Instead of broadcasting a message to millions of random viewers, advertisers could now target specific audiences based on behavior, interests, demographics, and location. That shift created an enormous opportunity for companies capable of managing this complex digital ecosystem. The Trade Desk has become one of the most powerful platforms enabling that transformation. The company operates what is known as a demand-side platform. In simple terms, this platform allows advertisers and agencies to buy digital advertising across the internet in a highly automated and data-driven way. Instead of negotiating individual ad deals with websites or media companies, advertisers can use the Trade Desk's technology to access a massive network of digital ad inventory. This includes streaming video platforms, mobile apps, websites, connected television services, and audio platforms. The Trade Desk's software analyzes enormous amounts of data to help advertisers determine where and when their ads should appear. The system evaluates factors such as user behavior, audience targeting, and campaign performance to optimize advertising decisions in real time. This technology allows advertisers to reach the right audience at the right moment with far greater precision than traditional advertising methods. That capability has become incredibly valuable as digital media consumption continues to grow. One of the biggest shifts happening right now in the advertising world is the transition from traditional television to connected television. Connected television refers to streaming services that deliver video content through the internet instead of traditional cable or broadcast systems. Millions of households around the world are moving away from traditional television subscriptions and toward streaming platforms. As that shift happens, advertising budgets are following the audience. Brands want to reach viewers where they are spending their time. Connected television provides an opportunity to deliver targeted advertisements to viewers watching streaming content. This is a major growth opportunity for the Trade Desk. The company has been investing heavily in technology that allows advertisers to buy connected television advertising inventory programmatically. Instead of purchasing ads through traditional media buying processes, advertisers can use the Trade Desk's platform to automatically purchase streaming ad placements in real time. This shift toward programmatic advertising has been one of the most important developments in the digital marketing industry. It allows advertising decisions to be made through data analysis and automated systems rather than manual negotiations. That efficiency benefits advertisers because it allows them to allocate budgets more effectively. It also benefits publishers because their advertising inventory can be sold to the highest bidder through automated auctions. The Trade Desk sits right in the middle of this ecosystem. Another important advantage the company has built is its commitment to what it calls the open internet. Many large technology companies operate closed advertising ecosystems where advertisers can only reach users within their own platforms. The Trade Desk takes a different approach. It focuses on helping advertisers reach audiences across the broader internet rather than limiting them to a single platform. This strategy has made the company an important partner for advertisers looking to diversify their marketing strategies across multiple digital channels. The Trade Desk's platform integrates with a wide variety of publishers, streaming services, and content providers. That gives advertisers access to an enormous amount of digital advertising inventory across the web. Another factor that strengthens the company's long-term position is its strong relationships with advertising agencies and brands. These organizations rely on the Trade Desk's platform to manage complex advertising campaigns across multiple channels. Once advertisers build their campaign infrastructure around the platform, switching to another system can become complicated and disruptive. This creates a degree of stickiness in the business model. The Trade Desk has also invested heavily in data-driven tools that help advertisers measure campaign performance. In digital advertising, measurement is extremely important. Companies want to know which campaigns generate the best return on investment. The trade desk's analytics tools allow advertisers to track how ads perform across different platforms and audiences. This data helps companies refine their marketing strategies over time. As a result, advertisers often deepen their use of the platform rather than abandoning it. Financially, the trade desk has demonstrated impressive growth over the years. The company has consistently expanded revenue as digital advertising spending increases. Connected television has become one of its fastest-growing segments as advertisers shift budgets away from traditional television. Despite the growth, many investors still underestimate the long-term potential of the company. The global advertising market is enormous, and the share of that market shifting toward digital channels continues to grow. Programmatic advertising technology is becoming the standard way campaigns are managed. Companies like the trade desk that provide the infrastructure for this ecosystem could continue benefiting from these trends for years. Another important aspect of the company's strategy is its focus on transparency. Advertisers want to understand where their money is going and how their campaigns perform. The trade desk has emphasized building a platform that provides clear reporting and control for its clients. This transparency helps build trust with advertisers who rely on the system to manage large marketing budgets. It also differentiates the company from some competitors that operate more opaque advertising systems. The trade desk is also investing in identity solutions designed to help advertisers target audiences in a world where third-party cookies are disappearing. Privacy regulations and browser changes are forcing the advertising industry to develop new ways of identifying audiences across the internet. The trade desk has introduced a system known as Unified ID that helps advertisers maintain targeting capabilities while respecting privacy considerations. This technology could play an important role as the digital advertising ecosystem evolves. When you combine all these factors, the trade desk begins to look like a company positioned at the center of the future of digital advertising. It benefits from the shift towards streaming media. It powers programmatic advertising infrastructure across the open internet, and it provides the data-driven tools advertisers need to operate in an increasingly complex digital marketplace. For long-term investors, businesses that sit at the center of large economic trends can often become powerful compounders. The trade desk is participating in several of those trends at once. Now, before we move on to the next stock, a quick message from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by Value Stocks Investing Master Course. If you're looking to grow your wealth by investing in solid, undervalued stocks, but not sure where to start, I created the Value Stocks Investing Master Course to teach you how to identify great companies, make smart investment decisions, and build a portfolio that lasts. Click the link in the description and pinned comments to get the course today and take control of your financial future. Now let's move on to the second company, NVIDIA. Ticker symbol NVDA. If you follow the technology sector at all, you already know that NVIDIA has become one of the most important companies in the artificial intelligence revolution. But what many investors still underestimate is just how central NVIDIA's technology has become to modern computing infrastructure. The company originally built its reputation designing graphics processing units used for gaming and visual computing. These GPUs were designed to handle complex graphics calculations that traditional processors struggled with. But over time, engineers discovered something important. The same architecture that made GPUs powerful for graphics also made them extremely effective for parallel computing tasks, and artificial intelligence relies heavily on parallel computing. Training AI models requires massive numbers of mathematical calculations to be performed simultaneously across huge datasets. GPUs turned out to be ideal for this type of workload. As a result, NVIDIA's technology became the foundation of modern AI training infrastructure. Today, many of the world's most advanced artificial intelligence systems are trained using clusters of NVIDIA GPUs operating inside large data centers. These chips power machine learning research, large language models, computer vision systems, and advanced analytics platforms. The demand for this computing power has grown explosively in recent years. Technology companies, research institutions, and enterprises are investing billions of dollars into AI infrastructure. Training advanced AI models requires enormous computational resources, and NVIDIA's chips have become the standard hardware used for those workloads. Today, NVIDIA's technology sits at the center of the artificial intelligence boom. Large technology companies are building enormous AI data centers filled with specialized hardware designed specifically for machine learning workloads. These facilities contain thousands of processors connected together to train and run advanced AI models. At the heart of many of these systems are NVIDIA GPUs. The company has spent years refining both the hardware and the software ecosystem that surrounds its chips. That combination has created one of the strongest competitive advantages in the semiconductor industry. When developers build AI systems using NVIDIA hardware, they often rely on NVIDIA's software frameworks to optimize performance. These frameworks allow programmers to efficiently train neural networks, process large datasets, and deploy AI models into real-world applications. This integration between hardware and software makes NVIDIA's platform extremely powerful. It also creates a form of lock-in. Once companies build their AI infrastructure around NVIDIA's architecture, switching to alternative platforms can become difficult because it requires rewriting code, retraining models, and reconfiguring entire computing systems. This ecosystem advantage is one of the reasons NVIDIA has been able to maintain leadership in the AI computing market. But NVIDIA's opportunity goes far beyond simply selling chips. The company has been building a full-stack AI platform. This platform includes high-performance GPUs, networking hardware, AI software frameworks, and development tools that allow companies to build and deploy machine learning systems more easily. By offering this complete ecosystem, NVIDIA has positioned itself as more than just a semiconductor supplier. It has become a foundational technology provider for the entire artificial intelligence industry. Another factor driving NVIDIA's growth is the rapid expansion of AI infrastructure spending. Companies across many industries are investing heavily in artificial intelligence capabilities. Cloud providers are building massive data centers designed specifically for AI workloads. Enterprises are integrating machine learning into their operations. Research institutions are developing increasingly complex models that require enormous computing resources. All of these developments require powerful processors capable of performing huge volumes of calculations. NVIDIA's GPUs remain among the most widely used solutions for these workloads. Financially, the impact of this demand has been dramatic. NVIDIA has experienced extraordinary revenue growth as companies race to acquire AI hardware for their data centers. Demand for the company's chips has been so strong that supply constraints have occasionally limited how quickly customers can obtain the hardware they need. But NVIDIA's long-term growth story is not just about selling GPUs. The company continues to expand its influence across the broader AI ecosystem. Its technology is used in autonomous systems, robotics, data analytics, scientific research, and many other advanced computing applications. Artificial intelligence is rapidly becoming embedded in many areas of the economy. From healthcare diagnostics to financial modeling to automated manufacturing systems, AI technologies are beginning to transform how businesses operate, and many of these systems rely on the type of high-performance computing hardware NVIDIA provides. Another advantage NVIDIA has built over time is its deep relationships with large technology customers. Companies building AI infrastructure often work closely with NVIDIA to optimize hardware configurations and software environments. These partnerships allow NVIDIA to maintain a strong presence within the most advanced computing environments in the world. But despite NVIDIA's strong position, investors should remember that long-term success in technology markets requires continuous innovation. The semiconductor industry evolves quickly. New architectures, new manufacturing processes, and new computing paradigms constantly reshape the competitive landscape. NVIDIA has managed to stay ahead through aggressive research and development investment. The company consistently introduces new chip architectures designed to improve performance and efficiency. Each new generation of hardware increases the capabilities of AI systems. That cycle of innovation helps reinforce NVIDIA's leadership in high-performance computing. For investors evaluating long-term opportunities in artificial intelligence infrastructure, NVIDIA represents a company that sits at the very center of the computing layer powering the AI revolution. But hardware alone does not build the digital future. Artificial intelligence also requires massive cloud infrastructure and software platforms capable of delivering these technologies to businesses around the world. That brings us to the third company in this video. Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. If NVIDIA represents the hardware foundation of artificial intelligence, Microsoft represents one of the most important software and cloud platforms enabling AI adoption across the global economy. Microsoft has built one of the largest and most powerful cloud computing ecosystems in the world. Cloud infrastructure allows businesses to access computing power, storage, and software services without building their own data centers. This model has transformed how companies deploy technology. Instead of purchasing expensive hardware and maintaining complex IT systems, organizations can rent computing resources through cloud platforms. Microsoft's cloud platform has become one of the central pillars of the company's business strategy, and artificial intelligence is rapidly becoming one of the most important drivers of cloud growth. AI workloads require enormous computational resources. Training large machine learning models can require thousands of processors operating simultaneously. Most companies cannot afford to build that type of infrastructure internally. Instead, they rely on cloud providers that offer access to these capabilities on demand. Microsoft has invested heavily in building data centers around the world that provide exactly this type of infrastructure. Through its cloud platform, businesses can access high-performance computing resources designed specifically for AI applications. These services allow companies to train machine learning models, analyze large datasets, and deploy AI-powered applications at scale. One of the reasons Microsoft has been so successful in the cloud market is its deep integration with enterprise software. Many organizations already rely on Microsoft products for everyday business operations. The company's software ecosystem includes productivity tools, enterprise systems, developer platforms, and operating systems used across corporate environments. By integrating AI capabilities into this existing ecosystem, Microsoft can deliver new technologies to millions of businesses already using its products. This creates a powerful distribution advantage. When Microsoft introduces new AI features, they can often be deployed across widely used software platforms. For example, artificial intelligence is increasingly being integrated into productivity tools, development environments, and enterprise applications. These integrations allow businesses to adopt AI technologies without completely rebuilding their software infrastructure. Another major strength of Microsoft's strategy is its ability to combine cloud computing with advanced AI services. Through its platform, developers and companies can access pre-built AI tools that help them build intelligent applications more quickly. These services include machine learning frameworks, natural language processing systems, and data analytics tools. Instead of developing AI capabilities from scratch, businesses can build on top of Microsoft's platform. This dramatically lowers the barrier to entry for organizations exploring artificial intelligence. Companies that previously lacked the technical expertise or infrastructure to build AI systems can now deploy these technologies through cloud platforms. As a result, the adoption of artificial intelligence across industries is accelerating. Financially, Microsoft has benefited significantly from the growth of cloud computing. The company's cloud segment has become one of the largest and fastest-growing parts of its business. As more companies migrate their operations to cloud platforms, demand for computing infrastructure and software services continues to increase. Artificial intelligence is likely to accelerate this trend even further. Businesses are realizing that AI can help them improve efficiency, automate tasks, analyze data, and develop new digital products. But building these systems requires computing power and sophisticated software frameworks. Cloud providers like Microsoft supply the infrastructure that makes these capabilities accessible. Another advantage Microsoft has built is its financial strength. The company generates enormous cash flow from its various businesses, including cloud services, enterprise software, and consumer platforms. This financial stability allows Microsoft to invest aggressively in research, infrastructure, and new technologies. Long-term investors often look for companies with this type of durable competitive position. Businesses that combine strong cash generation, technological leadership, and global scale can continue innovating for decades. Microsoft has repeatedly demonstrated its ability to adapt to new technological eras. From personal computing to enterprise software to cloud computing, the company has evolved its business model to remain relevant as technology changes. Artificial intelligence now represents the next major chapter in that evolution, and Microsoft is positioning itself to play a central role in how AI is delivered to businesses and developers around the world. When you step back and look at these three companies together, you begin to see something interesting. Each one operates in a completely different part of the technology economy, yet all three sit directly in the path of powerful long-term trends that continue to reshape entire industries. The Trade Desk powers the future of digital advertising across the open internet. NVIDIA powers the computing infrastructure behind artificial intelligence. Microsoft powers the cloud platforms and enterprise software ecosystems that allow businesses around the world to adopt these technologies. Three different industries, three different business models, but all three share one important characteristic. They operate platforms that become more valuable as the digital economy grows. This type of positioning can create powerful compounding effects for investors over long periods of time. Let's start again with the Trade Desk. Digital advertising continues to expand as more economic activity moves online. Companies of all sizes rely on digital channels to reach customers, promote products, and build brands. The amount of money spent on advertising globally is enormous, and a growing share of that spending is moving toward digital formats. Streaming video platforms are attracting millions of viewers who once watched traditional television. Mobile applications have become central to everyday life. Online media consumption continues increasing every year. As audiences move toward these digital channels, advertisers must follow. but reaching those audiences efficiently requires sophisticated technology capable of managing complex advertising campaigns across multiple platforms. That is exactly what the Trade Desk provides. Its software platform helps advertisers navigate an increasingly fragmented digital media landscape. Instead of negotiating ad placements manually across thousands of websites and streaming services, companies can use the Trade Desk's platform to automate the entire process. Campaigns can be optimized in real time based on performance data, advertising budgets can be allocated more efficiently, audience targeting can be refined continuously. All of this creates significant value for advertisers trying to maximize the effectiveness of their marketing spend. As connected television continues expanding and more advertising shifts toward programmatic platforms, the Trade Desk could remain an important infrastructure provider within the digital advertising ecosystem. Now consider NVIDIA. Artificial intelligence has rapidly become one of the most transformative technologies of the modern era. Machine learning systems are being used to analyze massive datasets, automate complex processes, and develop intelligent software capable of performing tasks that once required human decision-making. But these systems require extraordinary computing power. Training modern AI models can involve trillions of calculations performed across massive datasets. Running those models in real-time applications also requires enormous computational resources. NVIDIA's GPUs provide the processing power required for these workloads. The company's hardware has become deeply embedded in the infrastructure used by research institutions, technology companies, and enterprises building AI systems. This demand has driven explosive growth in AI data center investments. Companies around the world are building specialized computing facilities designed specifically for artificial intelligence workloads. These data centers contain thousands of processors working together to train and run machine learning models, and many of those processors come from NVIDIA. The company's technology has effectively become the backbone of modern AI infrastructure. As artificial intelligence continues expanding into industries like healthcare, finance, manufacturing, and logistics, the need for powerful computing hardware will likely remain strong. That creates long-term opportunities for companies supplying the chips that power these systems. Finally, there is Microsoft. While NVIDIA supplies the hardware and companies like the Trade Desk build digital platforms, Microsoft provides one of the most important layers connecting everything together. Its cloud infrastructure allows businesses to access powerful computing resources without building their own data centers. Through its cloud platform, companies can run applications, store data, deploy software services, and now build artificial intelligence systems. This infrastructure has become essential for modern businesses. Organizations increasingly rely on cloud services to manage digital operations, analyze data, and scale technology solutions globally. Artificial intelligence adds another layer of demand for these services. Training AI models requires enormous computational resources. Deploying AI applications requires scalable infrastructure capable of handling millions of users. Cloud platforms provide the environment where these technologies can operate efficiently. Microsoft's position in enterprise software also strengthens its long-term competitive advantage. Millions of organizations already depend on Microsoft's productivity tools, developer platforms, and enterprise systems. By integrating artificial intelligence capabilities directly into these products, Microsoft can deliver AI innovations to a massive installed user base. This allows the company to accelerate adoption of new technologies across corporate environments. Businesses that already rely on Microsoft software can adopt AI features more easily without switching platforms or rebuilding their infrastructure. This type of ecosystem advantage is incredibly powerful. It creates a feedback loop where more users attract more developers, which in turn leads to more innovation within the platform. Over time, this strengthens the company's competitive position. For investors looking at the next decade of technological development, these three companies represent different ways to participate in the continued expansion of the digital economy. The Trade Desk participates in the transformation of advertising, NVIDIA participates in the rise of artificial intelligence computing, Microsoft participates in the growth of cloud infrastructure and enterprise software ecosystems. Each of these trends is likely to remain important for many years. Advertising will continue moving toward digital platforms. Artificial intelligence will continue expanding across industries. Cloud computing will continue becoming the backbone of modern business infrastructure. Companies that operate at the center of these trends often benefit from sustained growth over long periods. Of course, investing always involves uncertainty. Markets fluctuate, technological competition evolves, economic conditions change. But businesses with strong competitive advantages, large addressable markets, and the ability to adapt to new technological shifts often prove resilient over time. The Trade Desk has built a powerful platform in the digital advertising industry. NVIDIA has become one of the most important suppliers of AI computing hardware. Microsoft has established itself as a dominant provider of cloud infrastructure and enterprise software. Each company possesses characteristics that long-term investors often look for: strong market positioning, large growth opportunities, and the ability to compound value over many years. If you want exclusive stock tips, in-depth analysis, real-time trade alerts, and free investing guides, join the Stocks Galore Patreon today and take your investing game to the next level. Our members get full in-depth analysis on most of the stocks mentioned here. Head over to patreon.com/stocksgalore and become part of our growing community of smart investors. Link is in the description. Now I want to hear your opinion. Which of these three companies do you believe has the strongest long-term advantage? Is it The Trade Desk with its position in the future of digital advertising, Nvidia with its dominance in AI computing infrastructure, or Microsoft with its massive cloud and enterprise software ecosystem? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do not forget to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you do not miss the next important investing update. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.